Here we are with Michael Albanese. Michael Albanese currently lives in Georgia, and Michael is an entrepreneur, father, husband, writer, raconteur, humorist, and something that I feel very fortunate to be able to say out loud in front of him without him contradicting me, one of my dearest and closest friends. And Michael, I want to get inside your head a little bit because you and I, when we have had some of our conversations, we joke about the fact that we only have 752,000 topics to cover. So I want to jump off. I have a question for you. As a writer, as a person, as a consumer, what makes something the stuff of legend?
So you wanted to start out with something light.
Exactly. You know me. It's all superficial. It's all on the surface.
Yeah, just like the weather. You know, just what makes something the stuff of legend? That is a great question, a great way to start. Legends are remembered. So if you dig deeper, it's like, what makes something memorable? What makes something, you think of the legend of King Arthur, and here we are so many years later, relishing in that story and the metaphor of that story. So what makes something a legendary, or makes someone a legend?
The stuff of legend. We've talked many times about drama, and we've talked about harmony. And what is that line that you tell your daughters, your growing daughters, all the time about drama?
We like our drama on stage and screen.
Exactly right. We've discussed, you and I have talked about myth. We've talked about story, the importance of story and why some of them stay with us. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to go deeper, because you and I, like you said, let's start with something real light like the weather. No, let's go right to it. What makes something, because we love that phrase, that's the stuff of legend. So what makes something the stuff of legend?
Well, I mean, I think it goes back to the hero's journey, which is, somebody ordinary, which we all are, coming against extraordinary circumstances, and stepping in, leaning into those circumstances, taking a step of faith, getting out of our comfort zone, venturing to some place we've never been before. And in that journey, you're going to fight the monsters, fight the demons, sometimes external, sometimes internal. And I think along the way, something happens, something changes. And then where I find the most interesting and the most uncomfortable part of that journey, and I think where the legend part is created, is in the liminal space after you've been changed and you're about to come back home. And you're in this very uncomfortable space where your journey's not quite over yet, like it is for us on Earth. But you've been changed, you've been provoked, you've been, you're looking now for the magical elixir, the stuff of legend to bring back home so that you can impart the change that you've experienced to others. So when we're younger, it's all about us. But when we've gone through the crucible of change, when we've taken a step of faith, taken a step out of our comfort zone, it's about others. We're in that liminal space, that uncomfortable uncertainty, especially during COVID right now, and I think it's being revealed for a lot of people, where we're searching for the magical elixir, the sword from the stone, whatever it may be, whatever analogy you want to use, and we want to bring that back home and make a difference for others. So I think once you make that difference, that's when the legend is born.
All right. And I do so love when you talk over my head, which is not a difficult thing for most people to do. Liminal space. What does that word mean?
Liminal is just it's an in-between space. It's a tension that exists between certainty and uncertainty, between your departure city and your destination. You're on the journey and you're towards the end of it, but it's just this uncomfortable, because you've been beaten down, you've been beaten up, you've experienced all the highs and lows, you've been in battle, your armor is chipped, and so it's now you're almost home. Liminal is just that in-between state that's very uncomfortable for people.
And isn't it interesting that that's where we think that we're changed by the event? I wonder if we are truly changed in that liminal space when we process and we internalize the event, whatever the event may be. I mean, it could be having a child, it could be getting married, it could be completing a book.
Mm-hmm.
Once the change occurs, the liminal space, in your opinion, is that where the magic is?
I think so. I do, because it's when everything's going right in life and you're not engaged in battle, it's very easy to say that that's magical. But is it? I mean, I find it to be more magical to be on the other side of the battle and have something to show for it.